best talent on the market. If you need to realize that why those people are on LinkedIn, the only reason is not that they are looking for a job. Their LinkedIn profiles are not equal to their CVs. They are just there for maybe networking, or they just get invitations, so they just put the minimum information they can, for example, on the first picture, and that's it. It doesn't disqualify them to be great talent. So my advice to you is, do not judge people on their LinkedIn profiles. So the main rule, you need to realize that with every search on LinkedIn, you are not only including relevant people, but you are also excluding them. In terms of numbers, if there are some new recruiters or entrepreneurs, it doesn't matter. Anybody who is dealing with staffing or hiring, you would probably use just some basic searches, and you would probably uncover about 20 to 30% of whole market. The rest of them, 70 to 80%, is so-called hidden talent pools, and that's where you can make the difference. Because imagine if you are uncovering these hidden talent pools, no other recruiters are able to do it. You have a great advantage that these people are not contacted by some other recruiters at the same time. So you have these people exclusively just for you. Here is one example. On the right side, you can see how today's advanced LinkedIn people search looks like. Maybe your user interface might be a little bit different because LinkedIn is applying these updates not to everyone at the same time, but it's a slow process. Especially, for example, when you have the Czech version, it might be a different, or any local language version. Here is example. We are looking for employees for the Czech Big Four audit companies, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ernst & Young, or Deloitte. For you who are familiar with Boolean search and Boolean operators, which mean these ORs, you would probably state the search in with this OR statement. You would put this into the company field, choose current or past or just current, and you would get some results. This that would be probably a procedure what would unexperienced, or let's say semi-experienced recruiter who knows how our statement works does. But you need to realize that, for example, PricewaterhouseCoopers can be written in many different forms. You can see on the right side how many people use each of the forms, and you can see it's significant. The difference between PwC or PricewaterhouseCoopers or together, it's very significant. And you can see on the PricewaterhouseCoopers, or at the end, there are also misspelled names of the companies. So imagine people who, of course, we can see it as if they are not able to write properly the name of their company on LinkedIn. Are there talents for us? But realize that these people are not going, for example, to LinkedIn to represent themselves. The reasons why they sign up might be different. But if you uncover, for example, these 311 users using Deloitte with double L and double T, which is wrong, you have exclusive hidden talent pools just for you, just exclusively for you. No other recruiters would probably think that way. So if we know this, we can modify the search into a little bit longer OR statement, and we get over 1 billion results. So you can see the difference. These are absolute numbers, but if we would change current or past just to current, the absolute numbers would not be so large, of course, but the difference would be even more significant. So as you can see, anybody can put something into LinkedIn search and get results. Getting results, it's it's not rocket science. You need to think, let's say, you need to go the extra mile and play with it a little bit. There is whole methodology, I'm describing that in the book or in my courses, basically how to get from the job proposal. In the industry, probably you don't know nothing about. I hire for IT, so I know the terminology, I know all the companies, everything. But if you are a recruiter and your hiring manager will get you a proposal, so for example, some biomedical engineer, and you don't know nothing about it, how to get from the proposal to what to type into LinkedIn to get the results and to choose the people. Maybe you wonder how many characters you could put into each of these fields. Basically, it's 1,000 characters for the basic account. If you have the premium account, LinkedIn Recruiter, it's up to 3,000 characters. Maybe you wonder, do I need it? Why do I need it? Here we can see example where I am seeking people who represent or who have on their profiles that they studied one of the Prague economics faculty of universities. And with this or statement, I will get all those people. Another example about uncovering that so-called hidden talent pools and how you should basically think is so-called implicit search. Imagine again, you get the job proposal. Your hiring manager is forcing you to find some Java developers. First, what you do is that you put there the word Java, maybe plus developer, software engineer, something like that. But definitely you will put there the keyword Java. But what if there are people on the market who have their LinkedIn profiles who are Java developers, but don't use the explicit word Java on their profiles? They can represent their skill, for example, with these. Probably it will tell you nothing, but these are specific names of the programming frameworks and libraries and so on. And for example, in the book, I'm also showing you how to, if you don't know nothing about Java, how to get to these keywords. And with the first comment, I'm basically saying, hey LinkedIn, show me all the people who has one of these keywords on the profile, except the word Java. And again, with this command, I will get the completely different set of candidates, which are probably Java developers, but they don't have Java on their profiles. And I will get out from the, let's say, candidates who are bombarded, because Java software engineers are probably the most in demand people on the market when speaking about IT industry. And you are able to contact other people which are not so bombarded, or they are just exclusively for you. The second one, it's similar thinking. My prediction is that these abbreviations means different Java certifications. So my prediction is, if the person is mentioning on his profile that he has one of these certifications, he's probably a Java developer. So again, hey LinkedIn, show me all these people who has this certification, but they don't use the word Java on their profiles. Another example, semantic and natural language search. LinkedIn, as you can see here, these input fields, LinkedIn doesn't support so-called stemming. So if you are used to using, for example, Google in terms of that you write manage and asterisk, and you expect that Google will automatically put their manager, all the forms, LinkedIn doesn't support it. So basically you need to specify all the terms you can think of, even with you can see here some Czech terms. So LinkedIn is for 1 or 2 years in Czech as well, and or in other local languages, so people use it heavily. And at the end, you can see with the minuses, I'm excluding people who are probably vice, director, manager, lead, and so on. Basically, I'm telling LinkedIn, show me only people who are junior or regular staff. I'm not interested in managers. We talked about misspelled titles for companies. There are, of course, misspelled titles for job positions. So the most common misspelled titles, software engineers with 3E, software engineer with 1E. Here you can see one example of the first or statement over 1,000 results. Again, you will get a completely different pool of candidates, similar with manager without A, assistant without double S, accountant, and so on. Alright, so there are some methodologies which you can use, but of course, I'm former IT guy, especially I was focused in IT security, digital security, so it's kind of in me, and I'm penetrate testing everything. There are a lot of shortcuts and tricks you can use, and which will help you to, let's say, for your not only recruitment purposes, but you might be in sales as well. Here you can see example. If you are on LinkedIn, you probably know that third degree level of contacts, you are not able to see their surname and their profile. With your out-of-network contacts, you are not able to see basically nothing. There are ways how to uncover it without upgrading to paid premium profile. This is one of the ways. I call it ID variable trick. It's a trick you can basically implement right away. Every profile, every LinkedIn profile is represented by a unique ID you can see in the URL on the top. If you take the ID and substitute this green number and put the URL into your browser, you will get what you can see on the first picture. As you can see, now we, in the previews, we are not able to see the surname. Now we know the surname, and we are also able to send invitation right away. You are not able to do that with third level and out-of-network connections. If you click on the Bettina's name, you will get her full profile. You can see it's third line connection, and you can see the full profile. That's one of the tricks. There are many other tricks in the book. Some of these errors are on LinkedIn. They are for years. I sent the book to CEO of LinkedIn. They have chance to fix it, but probably they are not working on that right now.